something to keep in mind. Let's look at this patent. So what we're looking for is prior art, which is how you break a patent. And true to form on the patent, they say that it's quinoline derivative. So this is use of quinoline derivatives. Who's on the patent? When was it filed? This was issued like 2 years ago. It was filed in 2020, 12/7/2020. I'm not sure they get a ton of restoration time either. Do you get restoration time for any amount of time the drug was in development? Right? So in that case, they would get it. But if it was like for that indication while the patent was pending, then they would not get it. Right? Let's ask ChatGPT. In drug development, do you get Hatch-Waxman patent restoration for time your drug was in development, regardless of when it was in development relative to the patent filing? You only get restoration for time after the patent has been filed. Okay, that changes things a little bit. It's still a long patent, right? So 17 years to 20 years is a 2040 expiry, not 2035, right? Well, yeah, I have some assumptions on 2034. Pharma will think very carefully about this before putting down, billions and billions. Well, the first full year, this invoke number is a little bit, yeah, it's hard to see it less than, unless there's another priority patent. Well, the key is prior art. So where's the prior art? 10/435/370. What's this? So they were talking about using this drug in inflammatory diseases a little while back. Okay, well, it seems like it would get a 2035 expiry, right? You probably get like 1 year, 2 years. Hatch-Waxman. I guess, well, actually, so like, is it from filing date? Is the extension from filing date or issue date? Let's see. Okay, so actually, let's see. So, but you only get to like take off the clock time, right? From the IND period, which is usually 30 days. Oh, from IND to NDA. I don't know when their IND was filed. So I'm not sure they did a US study of this drug, but assuming that IND was filed years ago, which I think it probably was, they would get 5 years. So they would get 2040. Now the question is still, what are the claims and like, what's the prior art? Going on the micro RNA 124 route, but so there's a Nature 2011 paper. It's going to be hard to find prior art. See if I can find it from the old HIV days. They had the idea, and you don't get an idea usually from nowhere. They had the idea to, let's try this in autoimmune disease. Where did that idea come from? They were calling it an NKT agonist? Oh wait, this is 196, so this may not be the same drug. 464. Let me see if they did this in the US. That would mean an IND. Yeah. One US author. I wonder if they did this in, okay, they did it. This is maybe the first known clinical trial. Yeah, first in man. They did it in France. I need that IND time. Let's check this. 2017. That would be good enough. Please have a US study site. Thailand. Did all these sites outside the US to save money. But you only get the patent restoration if you do the site in the US. Here they just did Europe. Oh, come on, guys. Okay, so here's the big discovery. Okay, 2017, the company and Montpellier University publish the inflammatory stuff. I assume they filed a patent on this. They published in 2017. They filed this in 2015. It's a pretty solid story there. Yeah, I don't see how the method of use patent isn't legitimate. You get 5 years regardless, and then you sort of get a 30-month stay, which is, 2.5 years. And that if the patent got struck down, I still want to know when they filed an IND. Maybe I can get lucky and Google that. 2023? it's going to kind of bite them in because your 2020, by the time you get FDA approval, 2027, 7 years divided by 2, kind of 3.5 years. Maybe 2038. More than enough for $150 a share, even doing Rinvoq, half of Rinvoq. And if you're a doctor or a patient, I mean, you'd rather take this drug than Rinvoq. I think JAK inhibitor is a little scary. Well done, well done. Well, I would get long. This stock just spiked up out of nowhere. Wild. One of the binary events. They're supposed to report data soon, but there's no there's no I don't know what to say. There was just expected that would be soon. I don't think that it's just so weird. They announced that they're going to report the data, which is what I think everybody thought would happen. Bizarre. A lot of bizarre things going on in the market. Somebody must have programmed something that thought it was positive data. So they just bought it, and yeah, poor fool. How is Abivax not on Robinhood? How is that possible? They don't do ADRs? How's that possible? That's so weird. Yeah, that method of use patent does check out, so I like that. Abivax. It's good to have multiple longs, not just one. I know all you have is one long. Your max full port. Max port, you call it. You even have a name for it. So this is Krispy Kreme. I mean, just because it's up a lot in a few days, it was down so much over the last 6 months. So like these stocks going back up, I'm not sure it makes a difference. I'll be right back. Yes, Sarepta is toast. All the people who take their PMOs, you got to let them know. A guy on the internet says the stock of the company whose drugs you take, it's toast. What does this mean for me and my health? Unfortunately, short report could be out today or tomorrow. Well, that's the point, isn't it, Kaylin? I'm going to put it on Godel first. You'll be the first to get it. The only clue I'll give you is I'll ban you. That's the clue. Yeah, I'm long Abivax. I think you can go to 100. You know, I don't know every single stock. I missed Abivax yesterday. Now I'm buying it, so I've been behind on a lot of work. All right, we might have to ban James B. I told you no guessing. What's the point of a short report if you're going to sit and play 20 questions? I don't know Genelux. No drug company? Joby is one of those RS. I don't know about a buyout for Abivax or whatever, but I was doing some math, and yeah, I think $100, pretty much any farmer would pay $100. Yeah, Quan, everything's pretty steady. Yeah, I'm short Joby. I think Joby's a joke. D-Wave finally rejected me from using their cloud, so that was funny. I mean, I just did some research on Joby. I didn't do any research on Archer. Companies don't get bought out in a few days. Will SpaceX make the Golden Dome? I think Abivax can go to 100. I mean, pretty valuable asset. Market cap's still kind of low. No new thoughts on Repl. I retweeted Rod Wong's thoughts on it, and I guess he's maybe blaming Vinay, because the company was really shocked that they got rejected, and everyone's blaming Vinay. Yeah, so Abivax is only $4 billion, which is like, there's biotechs that, with this kind of an asset, in this, especially in this stock market, man, I think we could see 200. I think 100 is a piece of cake. I don't know if J&J wants this. I think Lilly might want it. Or a company that doesn't have a good autoimmune franchise. Pfizer, probably. Yeah, it's, Abivax is a good long. I wish I bought more, but... Godel News comes from thousands of different sources, so we've painstakingly assembled. There's no one provider, and it's still incomplete. We're going to keep adding to that. Abivax announced data for their ulcerative colitis drug, which will almost certainly get approval. It looks to be safer and possibly more effective even than the best treatments. And those drugs sell many, many billions in revenue. So company could be trading at one-time sales, for example, future sales price. Yeah, the old tape watching is a big hobby on Wall Street trading desks, or I should say it's a job too. You just got a Mountain Dew? All right, do the do, bro. Slam that Mountain Dew. Yeah, we like Sarepta over here in Shkreliville. No lifetime deals. Price of Godel is going up as well, so baby's not out yet. Oh, do you want to see some Wall Street research on Sarepta? Oh, I don't have it up here. I'll get it uploaded short. Oh, wait. No, we have it. There it is. Here's some Wall Street. Here's Barclays. Okay. And you can get this on Godel. Key takeaways from FDA policy KOL on Sarepta's 𝗦𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗧𝗜𝗢 path forward. We have international coming out pretty soon. I think at some point we'll do a desktop app. I like web development. Drug unlikely to be withdrawn with most likely scenario of label update to include updated safety language with possible REMS, likely by the end of August. Wow. If that's true, that'd be a big win. Oh, look at this guy, one crypto god. Dude, are you gonna talk or just sit there? I got something better for you. I'm shutting the studio down. Don't you ever criticize me. Ever. When I stream, it's like something magic happened. All right? I'm not Mr. Beast, okay? I'm not Aiden Ross, all right? I don't stream for a living. When I stream, you have the privilege of watching me. Privilege! I'm one of the few guys, you know what? Maybe the only guy in finance who's actually done it. Man, go watch the streams of the guys who've never been on Wall Street. Go watch Meet Kevin's stream. Go watch Ahmed's stream. Shout out to Ahmed, by the way. Go watch people draw lines on charts. You got this, bro. Let me entertain you. Let me get really good production value. 1% a day for life. We're bullish on Abivax. I think it'll trade to 100 on the public market. You got the fibs. When the fibs are working in your direction, okay, and you have the momentum going up. Here, let me show you. Let me show you this chart. Hold on, okay? Check this out, all right? Let me show you how to spot a winner, okay? This stock was at 10 days before, right? And then it goes up to 50, what was that, 55. Something good happened, right? Something good must have happened. The chart, the candles are telling me something good happened, okay? And the chart was flat for the whole PM session. That means there was indigestion, okay? That's indigestion right here, okay? And this is what happened next, was called morning sickness. 56 opens at 51. Right? It's like a drop there, okay? And then here's the key. You see that big volume, right? And it stays right there. That means some people traded hands, okay? They traded hands of stock. That's called building a base, all right? Just like in Rust, you build a base. You have to build a base in the stock market. Okay, so that 51 base is people buying millions of shares. And there are no more sellers left, right? That's why the volume chart, it stopped going up and it's quieted down. But the guy who wants to buy millions of shares, he's still buying, right? But the sellers are gone. The sellers are the volume. So sellers pieced out. Maybe the sellers backed off. Stock went up. A seller hit it and he was out. And the buyer's still there. He's still there. He's still buying. Some sellers show up. He's still buying. So whoever is in this stock is just going to keep buying it until we see a lot of volume. That's called confirmation. Okay? Volume confirms the move. Okay? With volume, you get reality. So this is real. These trades are fake. You might as well exclude them from your stock chart. You know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to make a chart that excludes the bottom 50% of volume because it doesn't matter. Somebody trades, you know, let's say your house is maybe not your house. Let's say, you know, Microsoft, what, 500 a share? Yeah, 507. And somebody, you see somebody buy and sell Microsoft for $100, but they only trade 10 shares. Is that going to change your opinion of the stock price? There's millions of shares being traded every day for 500. So if somebody trades shares for 100, it doesn't count. So just remove all this volume. Just cross it out in your head. And the chart becomes much clearer. That might be a real thing I said there. But you got the Fibonacci retrace with the golden spiral rectangles. That's kind of what's going on here. Notice the Konami code. Green, green, red, red, red. Green, green, red. Green, green, red, red. Green, red, red. That's actually a little bearish. Okay? It's a little bearish. Oh, it's turning, it went from red to green. That's bullish. Okay? Now I'm going to put my oscillators on, my indicators. I don't know how to actually do that, but let me see if I can do that. Okay, I got the average price. I like this because it's basically a line. You see the blue line. Okay, I made too many of them. I have to delete them. Oh, my prices are gone. Hey, it's all over. Okay, I removed the indicators, but there's a problem. I somehow hid the price of the, oh no, everything's gone. Price, volume, it's all gone. What happened? No, it doesn't work. Where's my price? Thank you. Oh, you saved my life here. Okay, here we're back. We're back. Let's look at the accelerator oscillator. It's accelerating, right? We're in acceleration mode. Stock's going up. That's why it's at 65. That's the accelerator. It's on the gas. Okay. Let me look at the MACD. MACD. There's MACD right there, okay? That means the Big Mac. MACD delta? I don't know. The MACD is positive, okay? That's my oscillators. That's my indicators. I did take technical analysis at Harvard. It's the main course they teach in the business school. They give you candles in real life and you have to arrange the candles. And the instructor yells at you like it's Iron Chef. MACD from 137th? That was great. Yo, I know MACD. He owe me money. That's MACD from 137th Street, Lexington Avenue. All right, we got 64. It's a Beatles song my dad used to play for me. I'm getting nostalgic here. My dad made it to 69. The Beatles song goes, will you still love me? Will you still need me when I'm 64? If you don't know the song, it's a beautiful little ditty. We don't think about getting that old, but it happens to all of us. Maybe some of you out there are 64. Who knows? I think most of you are young. Oh, I was hanging out with some trader friends of mine at Campbell Apartment yesterday, and a whole bunch of Wall Street interns showed up and took some pictures of me. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for swinging by. Okay, Abivax gap's up a little bit, $66 now. That's a gap. Now the gap's going to get filled someday, right? Even if AstraZeneca buys them for $10 billion, the gap must get filled. That's the rule. Do you know your TA or not? Gaps get filled. That's what it just got filled right there. Oh, it's all over. Gap got filled. We got a reversal here on high volume. This correlation coefficient next to the sigma and delta. You've got vega, vanna, okay? Partial derivatives, third order derivatives, color, charm, quarks, top down. What else? These all play into trading. That's right. Integrals play into trading as well. You have area under the curve of the chart. You even have vanna white. Got a cup and handle, that's right. Fedora, all those gaps will be filled. Mark my words. Those Apple gaps will be filled. Fib, okay, let's go. Let's add the Fib indicator. I just click indicators, and I need my Notchi, man, my Fibonacci. Where is it? Well, VWAP is good to look at least. Tricks on it. Let's do tricks on it. Super trend, RSI. Oh no, computer's after loading this chart with things. Maybe don't use VWAP. Maybe it's a memory leak. Maybe the program. I don't think it's Godel. Yeah, it's this other program I have up. Quantum computer could do the MACD. I was gonna leave anyway. I think INMB is a short. Yeah. What are you gonna do with a $2 stock? You know, you can't really expect too much rationality out of it. Broker who initiated coverage of D-Wave with a buy, but he's a $20 price target, so I assume at 20 he'll downgrade. Okay, Abivax 66. That's actually a key level. Key level alert. Key level alert. There's a company, QNTM, they're quantum biotech. They decided to become a GameStop treasury. Abivax 68, let's go. I know we're gonna see 70. Let me see it. That's a key level. If it hits 70, it's got no resistance to 80. How do I know? I made it up. You make sure you sign up for GodellTerminal.com. Today or tomorrow, I will be releasing a report on a stock exclusive for Godell subscribers for $80 a month. That's a pretty good deal. I think the trade will make you more than $80. We'll see. No guarantees. But sign up. GodellTerminal.com. When I'm 64. D-Wave is going out of control. Clown market, man. Clown market. Use the RES function. Research. RES.